One of the most anticipated days on our Viking European sojourn was the sailing of the Iron Gates, basically the narrowest section of the Danube River. And that whole journey started with a trip through the first lock. So this is the Iron Gate locks. Apparently there's 72 locks that we're going to pass through on our trip from Bucharest, Romania, all the way up to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And those will be over the course of 3 rivers, the Danube, the Main, and the Rhine. This particular lock, on the known as the Iron Gates, is one of the largest. It was put in place for a couple of reasons. The main reason was that this particular gorge, being narrow, also had a lot of rocks and a lot of rapids, so it became very difficult to navigate these rivers. So by raising the water here, I believe there's 2 locks at this particular station, going up about 15 meters in each, 30 meters in total. Created a large pool, or almost, I guess, small lake behind the dam, and flooded the river, so all the rocks were then submerged, making navigation that much easier. And it also slowed down the course of the water, because I guess it was quite rapid through the gorge here as well. So here we are entering the first lock. These locks are quite large. You can fit 2 river cruise boats side by side, and I believe you can actually fit 2 front and back as well, so probably a total of 4 boats in each lock. And there's 1 lock on either side of the river, and I guess they alternate between going up and down the river as well. So in this particular lock, the first lock on the Danube, we're loading 2 boats. This is the Iron Gate power station and lock. On the Viking Vidar, and we have the Thomas Hardy coming up beside us. And here the locks are swinging closed. And now they're letting water into the first lock, and the boat is slowly rising, and then we'll be able to push on through to the next lock. And here we are at the very top now. We're just waiting for the gate in front of us to drop. So unlike the first gate, which swung open, this particular gate drops down into the water underneath us. We were very fortunate in the fact that the Viking cruise director gave us a great explanation of how the locks operate and the history behind them while we waited to be transported through them.
Romania on the other side, and the reason for which they built the dam was, first of all, to improve the navigation through the Iron Gate Gorge. Why? Because for millennia the Iron Gate Gorge was the most dangerous section for navigation for ships. As the river is wide, it is narrowing down to 150 meters at the narrowest spot. On a distance of 150 kilometers, the stream became very powerful in that section of it. You have to imagine that the stream was so powerful. Well, besides that, it was a shallow section of the river with cataracts, with cliffs, with rapids and whirls and so on. The stream became so powerful that the ships needed, in our times, I mean, operated by diesel engines, they needed about 3 weeks to sail these 150 kilometers upstream. That fast was the water. So like they were sailing against a waterfall, or trying to climb a waterfall. Right after the dam system, it was the Habsburgs that built already in the 19th century. They built a canal that was 3.5 kilometers long to avoid a section with rapids, and the stream was so powerful on that canal that until 1972, when the dam system was completed, they used the cargo ships when sailing upstream, were pulled by a towing ship and then the towing ship was pulled by a locomotive that was running on a specially built railway system along the shore to make them overcome this section of 3 kilometers. So this is all history. The dam system was built as a common joint project between Romania and Yugoslavia back then, because the countries are not allowed to build on their own dam systems other than if they own both shores of the river. So on sections where they don't own both shore of the rivers, they need to do it in common joint projects with the neighboring country. So this was built, and then a reservoir lake got created. Captain mentioned yesterday at the top that the water level increased and changed all the way to Belgrade from here, which is about 280 kilometers, meaning that this entire section of the river is more or less now a reservoir lake, right? Plenty of water, the rocks and the cliffs and the whirls are way below on the bottom of the riverbed, so the navigation got improved. And then the other reason was to gain energy, you know, from this powerful stream. So there were fitted in hydroelectric power plants. Right next to us here, it's 6 turbines that are belonging to Serbia, and on the other side, it's 6 turbines that are belonging to Romania. The Serbian ones are producing about 39%, or covering about 39% of the total energy consumed of Serbia nowadays. Right? And the Romanian ones,
right here, 39%
of the entire energy consumed of Serbia nowadays. Well, because the size of the country shrinked after Yugoslavia, you know. Yeah. Romania is larger, territory-wise, more population, so the 6 turbines of Romania are covering about 27%, though 27% of the total energy consumed of the country. You know.
How long does it take for the 70 meters?
It's not 17, not 7.
Oh,
17. Well, we are there now. So
okay.
we just reached a level where the gate will open. As it goes very fast, they have a huge pump system that they can play with, you know, to get water from the reservoir lake, to get water from the other lock chamber. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But all in total, it takes about an hour to go through this lock system. And then on the other side, it's an identical double-step operated lock system. So one is operated by Romania, the other one is operated by Serbia, and they are sharing the traffic. So one is taking the upstream traffic, the other one is taking the downstream traffic, and they do rotation. So probably today is the day when the Serbians are taking the upstream traffic.
So the building of this ship.
So here we are at the very top of the first lock, and you can see the lock gate is right in front of us, and very shortly I'll show you how that drops below the surface to let us pass into the second lock. So we got the green light, and we are sailing into the next lock, ready to go up another 17 meters. So we are in the second lock of the Iron Gate power system and lock system. Ready to go up another 17 meters, and then we'll enter a holding pond, I guess, where the water collects, and that was created once the Iron Gate, or this lock system I should say, was created. Lock system and power station. And we're ready to move out into the basin. And here's the hydroelectric dam, and on the far side is another set of locks operated by the Romanians. So they alternate bringing the ships up and down. So right now the Serbian side is bringing 2 ships up, and the Romanian side is bringing the ships down, and they'll switch periodically, and one will bring them, the opposite will bring them up and bring them down on this side. And we're off. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in the European Sojourn tour that we're on, which is a combination of the Grand European and the Passage to Eastern Europe tours that Viking does, and I'm posting every day of our trip here. A lot of individual videos on the specifics, but also summary videos as well that you may find useful in your guidance to your trip. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and if you like, please follow along.